What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Financial Frames. All right, today we are going deep. We're going to hack into your financial brain, and I mean that. We're on the hunt for this one single powerful glitch in our mental wiring, a glitch that honestly probably cost investors more money than any single market crash out there. You ready? Let's get into it. Okay, let me ask you something. Have you ever felt that pit in your stomach? You know the one. The market's a sea of red, every headline is screaming crash, and every fiber of your being is just yelling sell, just sell everything and make the pain stop. I bet a few of you are nodding your heads right now. Or how about this one? The flip side. You're staring at a stock that's just bleeding out, deep in the red, and you find yourself saying, you know what, I'll just hold on. If it just gets back to what I paid for it, then I'll sell. Sound familiar? Yeah, that's a crowded waiting room, my friends. Look, if you've done either of those things, I need you to hear this loud and clear. You're not a bad investor. You're not irrational or undisciplined. You're just, well, you're human. These are not personal flaws. But here's the crazy part. What if panic selling and holding on to losers for dear life, what if they aren't two different mistakes? What if they're actually just symptoms of one single incredibly powerful glitch in our mental wiring? Like the master bug in our brain's operating system. All right, it's time to pull back the curtain. This glitch has a name. It's called loss aversion. And I'm telling you, understanding this one concept, it's probably one of the biggest leaps you can take toward becoming a smarter, calmer investor. So what is it exactly? Well, to put it simply, behavioral economists, these are the folks who study how our psychology messes with our money. They've found that the pain you feel from losing, say, $100 is psychologically about twice as powerful as the pleasure you get from gaining that same $100. Just let that sink in for a second. The pain literally hurts twice as much as the gain feels good. And this chart right here, it shows you exactly what I'm talking about. See that? Gaining $100 gives you, let's call it one little unit of good feelings. But losing $100? Whoa, that hits you with 2 units of bad feelings. It's like our brains are using a broken scale, one that's totally biased against us when it comes to money. And look, this isn't just some high-level theory for Wall Street traders. This little glitch is running in the background of your brain, all the time. Let me prove it to you with a super simple puzzle that has nothing to do with investing. Okay, think about this, the lawn mowing puzzle. First question, would you pay someone $20 to mow your lawn? For a lot of us, that feels kind of pricey, right? You think, I can do it myself. Now let's flip it. Would you go mow your neighbor's lawn for $20? All of a sudden, it's like, heck no, not worth my time. But wait a second. Do you see the logical disconnect here? Either an hour of your time is worth more than $20 or it's not. That weird feeling, that's loss aversion. We are so much more afraid of losing the $20 we already have than we are excited about gaining a new $20. And this isn't just some cute little brain teaser. This is Nobel Prize-winning science, people. The legends who figured this out, Daniel Kahneman and Amos Tversky, they summed it up perfectly in what they called prospect theory. They said it simply, losses loom larger than gains. That's it. That's the whole ballgame. And here's what their discovery looks like on a graph. It's this funky S-shaped curve. Just look at the left side, the loss side. See how much steeper that line is? That's the scientific proof of that extra sting we feel. But here's another weird thing about it. The S shape also means that the pain of losing your first $100 feels way worse than the pain of losing your 1,000th $100. Our brain kind of gets numb to it as the numbers get bigger, which is a whole other can of worms. Okay, so if just understanding this one hidden force can literally change how you see your own financial decisions, imagine what else is out there. This is why we do what we do here at Financial Frames. So if you're getting value out of this, this is the perfect time to hit that subscribe button and definitely ring the notification bell. That way you won't miss out on these kinds of insights that can genuinely make a difference. All right, so we've got the theory down. Now let's get practical. How does this loss aversion thing actually show up and, hijack your portfolio? Well, it sets 3 very common and very, very expensive traps. Remember those 2 behaviors we talked about at the very beginning? Well, here they are as traps number 1 and 2. First, panic selling during dips. Second, holding on to losers for way too long. This is so common it actually has a scientific name, the disposition effect. And then there's a third, kind of sneaky trap, investing way too conservatively. So, trap number 1, panic selling. It's so classic. The market tanks, and that loss aversion switch just flips in your brain. That 2 times pain factor kicks in, and suddenly, even a loss that's just on paper, it feels absolutely unbearable. Your gut is just screaming, get out, make it stop. And so you sell, usually at the worst possible moment. Okay, now for trap number 2, which is the totally bizarre cousin of panic selling, holding losers. See, to avoid that sharp official pain of realizing a loss, actually hitting the sell button and making it real, we do the complete opposite. We just hold on, praying it comes back. And get this is where it gets really nuts. The research shows that to avoid a guaranteed loss, we actually become risk seekers. We'll throw good money after bad, maybe even doubling down on a losing stock, just for the tiny chance to break even and avoid the pain of admitting we were wrong. And finally, trap 3. This is the silent one, the one that doesn't feel like a mistake in the moment. It's being too conservative. Because that fear of loss is so powerful, a lot of people just huddle in investments that feel super safe. But the problem is, they're so terrified of a temporary short-term loss that they basically sign up for a slow but guaranteed long-term loss to inflation. They're not growing their money fast enough. Okay, that all sounds kind of depressing, I know. But here is the good news, and it is really good news. You are not powerless against this stuff. Just knowing it exists is half the battle. Now we're going to build some mental armor. Let's walk through 4 real, actionable steps you can take to fight back. So here's the game plan. 4 steps. We're going to talk about managing what you listen to, managing how often you look, creating a system, and really, truly understanding yourself. Step 1. Tune out the noise. Seriously, financial media makes money from clicks, and fear gets clicks. Those scary headlines are designed, literally designed, to trigger your loss aversion. Just ignore them. Step 2. Put away the magnifying glass. Stop checking your portfolio every single day, or every hour. The more you look, the more chances you have to see a temporary dip and feel that 2x pain. For long-term investors, checking once a quarter, that's plenty. Step 3 is a game changer. Stick to a system. This means automating your decisions so your emotions can't get in the way. Set up rules like, I will rebalance my portfolio on my birthday every year, and then just do it. It takes the bias right out of the equation. And number 4, and this is crucial, know your true risk tolerance. And I mean the real you, not the market is up you or the market is down you. It should be based on your goals and your timeline, not the market's mood. So when you put all this together, understanding the bias, having a plan to deal with it, you're not just fixing a mental bug. You are literally giving yourself an investing superpower. Now, let's be real, you're never going to get rid of loss aversion completely. It is hardwired into what makes us human. The goal is not to become a soulless investing robot. The goal is simply awareness. It's about feeling that panic start to bubble up and being able to step back and say, aha, I see you. That's just my loss aversion talking. That's not my logical brain. So let's boil it all down. What do you need to remember? Number 1, losses hurt about twice as much as gains feel good. That's the core rule. Number 2, this mental glitch is the direct cause of so many expensive mistakes, like panic selling. And number 3, your best weapons against it are simple: awareness and a system. So I'll leave you with this one thought. You now know something powerful. You know the name of the little gremlin in our brains that drives so much of the fear in the market. So the next time things get choppy, the next time the market dips, and you feel that familiar knot forming in your stomach, what are you going to do differently? Think about it. Thanks so much for joining me today.